it's time for a new adventure. You guys know I've spent hours sitting on buses just like this one. I have been all across the country. I've been from county to county. I've been on really long bus rides that have made my bum ache. And I've been on short hops. I've been on fantastic buses. I've been on some very questionable buses.
But recently I've been thinking, I've been riding all these routes and considering them as part of the one long journey, like my big journey up north, click up here to see that, or my big journey down south. And I've never thought about the routes individually on their own. We know there are good routes, the 36 in Harrogate, and we know that there are awful routes, any Arriva service. But what we don't know is what is the best route of all. It's time to settle this once and for all. I'm on a quest to find out what is the best single bus route in the UK. There will hopefully be no soggy bottoms here, but probably an unhealthy obsession with double deckers. It's time for the Great British Bus Off. So what's the plan? This series is going to be a celebration of the unique, scenic and downright weird world of British bus routes. From sleepy market towns to bustling cities, I'm going up and down the country looking for the routes that stand out from the crowd. I'm on the hunt for journeys that surprise, delight, or just offer some cracking views of cows in the field. I'm looking for the most scenic routes that make you feel like you're in a movie, or the longest routes that test your sanity. The one thing I'm not looking for is this, your bog standard commuter bus. I want the buses that are beautiful scenery like this. I want the secret buses that nobody ever uses. But I'm not just going to ride each route and go, yeah, that was lovely. No. We need some science behind this. We need some numbers. We need my patent pending BUSOMETER. Every bus is going to get rated out of 50. The interior and the comfort, this is crucial. If I'm on a 3-hour epic journey, I need to know about my legroom. I need to know about whether there's USB. If there's Wi-Fi advertised, does it work? But most importantly, the bum comfort. What's my bum going to feel like after 3 hours on this bus? Second, we come on to the views and vibes. Yeah, I use that word. This is the visual score. Are we looking at rolling dales, or are we looking at the back of a car park and retail park? Also, what's the general vibe on board? Is it nice and chill, or is it chaos? And third up, we've got value for money. As you know, I love a bargain on this channel. So this £3, is it going to transport me from county to county, or am I just going a small distance from one place to another? Can you get a grand tour for £3? And fourth is the destination. There's got to be some points for where I'm going to end up on the journey. Is it a car park in the back of Dudley, or antique shopping in York? And finally, the fifth criteria, the showstopper. Does this bus have tables? Does it have international announcements? Does it do something a little bit unique? This is for that little something special. Does it go somewhere hidden, secret? Or just randomly, what's the uniqueness of this bus? Once we've done it, we're gonna have a little think. Everything will be totted up on my definitely not from the pound shop clipboard. Now, to give you an idea of some of the routes I'm already looking at, here's my current hit list of routes that I really want to try. There's the Yorkshire Coastliner, consistently ranked in the top 3 of most scenic bus routes in England. From Leeds to the coast via York, this bus is a bit of a local icon, although was under threat of cancellation in recent years, thankfully saved by the government's £2 bus cap and now seeing an increase in frequency. Crossing the York Moors to Whitby, this is surely going to be hard to beat on the views category. High-spec buses could score well for interior comfort, and at 75 miles for just £3, great value for money. But will the amount of tourists, and maybe screaming kids, make this chaotic on the vibe score? All I know is that there better be some scampi and chips waiting for me up in Whitby. As you've probably seen already on the channel, I've ridden Harrogate's 36 a couple of times now on both the older and newer buses, but maybe it's one to try again. However, I am definitely thinking that its spiritual brother or sister is worthy of a shout out. That's the Which Way up in there, that Manchester. With brand new buses launched in 2020, voiced by Fizz from Corrie, people tell me that these actually eclipse the 36 for comfort. And the Roger French even wrote on his blog that these are the best bus seats he's ever ridden on. And who am I to argue with Roger? I've also got my eye on going down to Cornwall to try the Land's End coaster, as seen here on the brilliant Johnny Hoover Travels. Although sadly it looks like I've missed the boat. Missed the boat? Missed the bus? Missed the bus on this one, as it's now been boringly renamed to the 1 and the 1A and is no longer open top. However, this has got to be another one that will rank highly for views and surely destination too. Anywhere in Cornwall is going to be a pretty decent place to get off. Combining my love of the tube with a bus, surely I can't go wrong trying out the Oxford Tube. Whilst the views of the A and M40 probably aren't going to win any awards, and as it's not covered by the fare cap, it likely isn't going to score highly in the value for money section either. But that interior comfort is surely going to be right up there with the best of them. And as for destinations, I mean, you're dropped off a mere walk from Buckingham Palace or bang centre of Oxford. Two very decent destinations. But the question is the Oxford Tube a bus or a coach, and can I count it? And then for a trip almost to the seaside that might tick a couple of boxes, it's the XL running from Peterborough to Norwich. With some high-spec double decks, previously these would have ran all the way to Great Yarmouth or Lowestoft, but have now been curtailed at Norwich. I'd hazard a guess that trundling down the A47 looking out at the notoriously flat Fenland while relaxing in some decent leather seats might score well, plus £3 for 80 miles has got to be good value for money. I can almost smell the fish and chips calling me now. But here's the thing, I can't do this alone. I need your guys' help. I need you to suggest routes that you think are worthy of the title of the greatest bus journey in the UK. You can do that by heading to the comments down below. Tell me which route to try next. Is there a hidden gem up in Huddersfield, or a mountain climber in Macclesfield? A secret bus down in Shoreditch? Let me know in the comments some brilliant journeys, the route and why they're so great. I would love to try some of the buses that you guys suggest. Because whilst I might know buses, I don't know your local buses. I'll be picking the best of your suggestions, packing my bags and heading off on them journeys. Sometimes bringing Hannah with me, I'm sure, if the journey is nice enough. And then I'll be rating them and finding out which is the best bus journey in the UK. The journey starts now, so get them suggestions in, please. So subscribe if you don't want to miss any of these journeys that I'm going on. I'd love it if you could. So it's time to get the show on the road, literally. I'll see you on the first episode.